Thanks for sticking with us tonight here at Live 5 News as we continue to track our snow system, a rare sight out there, a rare storm system, not only for us here in the low country, but really all folks along the coastline, especially into the Gulf. Those areas seeing snow, they just don't see it very often, including us, of course. A live look outside. We're actually kind of zooming in. Bill zoomed into this camera a little bit earlier and he talked about this, but you can finally see some snowfall or at least some sleet in the street light there into Somerville. This is our camera near Hutchinson Square. So kind of zooming in, you can see what's going on. I'm sure in your backyard you might be seeing something different. It all depends on where you are right now in terms of what you're actually seeing. We're not seeing a ton stick. I'm seeing some accumulation just on the other side of the border into parts of Georgia, but here at home in the low country, not quite yet in terms of accumulating snowfall or sleet, but you can also see we still have a layer of sleet or even mix, wintry mix right along our coastline. And this was really a similar setup from what we started off with early this afternoon. We even saw some freezing rain accumulation into parts of Mount Pleasant. So right now we're seeing a little bit of shift back over to that sleet. The rest of the area, most of us now seeing snowfall, maybe a little bit of light sleet mixed in. This is what kind of happens with these systems, especially being close to the coastline. And this freezing line really right up and down our coastline doesn't help out either. So we're just kind of waiting for that final push of cold, freezing air to take over the air mass completely and transition this over to snowfall completely. And you can see there's plenty of it on the way tonight. Over Georgia, all of that deep moisture is heading our way. Look at Florida right now. Those folks really not used to seeing what they're seeing outside their window right now. Some snowfall there, but all of this heavy banding that is indeed heading our way as we head into the overnight hours. And that's really your best time frame for seeing actual falling snowfall here in the low country. It's overnight, typically when we're sleeping. You can see around midnight as we head into early tomorrow morning, still tracking some of that snowfall, maybe a few hours of a little bit of sleet mixing in here or there. Around 5 a.m., continuing to see those pockets of snow shower activity. By 7 a.m., you can already see some of this drier air moving into the region. Before you know it, it is over with. By lunchtime on our Wednesday, things drying out and clearing out. But of course, we have that afternoon melting that could occur and then refreeze overnight, not only tomorrow night, but for the next few nights, because we're just expecting things to stay cold. Still have our winter storm warning in effect for all of us here in the low country. Also a rare sight. Don't see that very often. In terms of actual accumulation totals, Bill's been talking about this through the evening as well, but it's really going to depend specifically on where those heavier bands of snowfall kind of set up. It's similar to a heavy rain event, even a flooding event. You see that flooding where you see the heavy rain bands. Similar here with our accumulation map, around 2 to 4 for a good portion of the area. Even higher amounts where those bands start to set up. So a few inches, that is the answer to the question, depending on where you are. And I mentioned earlier, but we do have a cold weather advisory in effect as we move throughout the day tomorrow. That could actually be extended for the next few mornings because we're talking about cold, cold air. This is how it feels outside right now. So our reporters out there, they are freezing. Temperatures, really, we're feeling like we're in the teens across most of the area. These wind chills very, very low. So you definitely want to bundle up if you have to be outside. Best bet, just stay indoors, stay warm. Through Wednesday morning around 7 a.m., all of us will wake up feeling like we're in the teens, and wind chills aren't going to get out of the 20s tomorrow. Look at Thursday morning. This is why we're extending that first alert weather day into Thursday, because of extreme cold. Wind chills early Thursday morning, single digits for a good portion of the low country. So dangerously cold air as we head into our Thursday morning, and then things start to improve. Getting a lot of questions of when will this melt? Of course, after we see accumulation, when will it melt? When will it completely move out of the area? Look at the weekend, 58 degrees by Sunday. We do have shower chances as we end the weekend, but temperatures definitely warming up enough to melt some things away from the air, especially into next week when temperatures return.